It appears that Wendy Williams literally escaped mortal danger when she divorced her husband, Kevin Hunter. According to Kanye West, who is known for his ability to shock people with his statements, the slow and steady decline of Wendy's mental and physical health was planned by the Hollywood elites and executed by her ex-husband Kevin Hunter until he failed. Well, was Wendy actually the new target and the possible victim of the industry? Let's dig into this story. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. I keep my eyes on the most scandalous events in show business and always bring you the hottest updates. So it seems like Wendy Williams barely escaped the worst possible outcome by divorcing Kevin. As Kanye West recently hinted, the Hollywood elites were planning to sacrifice the former TV host, and it appears that her ex-husband was helping them to execute this vicious plan. Stay with me until the end of this video so you won't miss any detail. Well, we all know that Wendy Williams has been under the influence of her ex-husband for many years, and she even refused to publicly acknowledge his manipulations of her. But it appears that Kevin was more than a serial cheater and a mooch. If we believe Kanye West's story, Wendy Williams has been chosen as the victim of the industry elites, and her problems with alcohol abuse and nervous breakdown were not caused by infidelity only. And still, after almost 3 years of being divorced, she still shows little signs of improvement and scares fans with her frailness and weakness. It seems like years of living with Kevin damaged her more than we can imagine, and the recovery may take longer than everyone expects. Well, Kanye's words make sense now, but this is not the first time we are being warned about the potential threat to Wendy's life. A couple of years ago, Charlemagne the God, who was a close friend of Williams and co-hosted her radio show, already tried to warn her about the menacing influence of her ex by saying, "I don't F with Kevin. I think he's a terrible human being." He expressed his concerns about Wendy, and he added, "I hope Wendy Williams wakes up before one day she doesn't wake up." Seems like Wendy actually woke up and managed to break free from the toxic people that have been surrounding her. But in the process, she lost everything. The recent past has been very rocky for Wendy, as health, personal, professional, financial, familial, and even romantic woes seem to have plagued her life all at once. Apparently, Kanye believes that this all was planned and the former TV host managed to save the most precious thing so far, her life. But even after her treatment, fans are still concerned about her well-being, thinking that her health is irrevocably ruined. Concern mounted after photos and videos of the former TV host walking around New York City surfaced. Everything from Wendy's body language to her facial expression sparked concern among fans. Many people noticed that despite her radiant smile and the desire to pose for photos, she struggles to stay on her feet and needs assistance walking. Those who have seen the footage have taken notice of her bulging eyes and question what is wrong with their favorite queen of talk. Fans speculated that she hasn't yet recovered from the consequences of her toxic relationship with Kevin, who never cared about her well-being properly, since he allowed her to give in to her addictions. Well, it seems more than possible that Wendy was targeted by the Hollywood elites and was the next person to get eliminated. If we believe the words of Kanye West, this is a normal practice for those who rule the industry, and apparently, Wendy Williams was not valuable to them anymore. Maybe making her weak and sick and forcing the TV host to miss the largest part of her talk show was the initial plan all along, and her multiple health disorders were quite handy. Wendy has been hiding her diagnosis for many years, but since 2017, after she fainted during her show, fans were raising concerns and she made a decision to be candid about the health struggles that have completely changed the course of her career and life. As she put it, "Well, if you see me in an airport, you'll be like, is that Wendy in a wheelchair? Yup. I can't even walk 2 city blocks. You know, you got the numbness and whatnot. It's not curable." In addition, she also suffers from lymphedema and Graves' disease and was probably looking like an easy target. And the saddest thing in the entire story is that she let people who were to harm her and destroy her into her life. Yes, I'm talking about her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, who was relentless in making her life living hell. Even when they were married, he openly cheated on her and didn't even try to hide his love affairs. In addition, he squandered her money on his mistress, and the worst part of all is that he tried to control Wendy at any level, including her diet. As Kanye always states, the main plan to eliminate inconvenient people is to medicate them until they go mad. Well, that's almost exactly what happened to Wendy if we judge by her recent behavior in a couple of the past years. Many people expressed their concerns about Hunter's negative influence on his wife, and some of them even suspected that he was poisoning her with drugs. One person commented, "I wonder if Kevin was slipping something in Wendy's food or drink." And another person agreed and added, "Wouldn't put it past him. He was her handler but couldn't keep her under control." Even after breaking free from Kevin's toxic influence, Wendy didn't show many signs of improvement. Her recent photos and videos are painful to see, and I believe this is the consequence of what Kevin was doing to her all these years. As one person wrote on Twitter, "Wendy Williams looks so unwell to me. Everyone's hyping her up like she's living her best life, but I don't get that vibe at all. Sure, Hope she's okay. Wendy's current state and Kevin's menacing actions only prove Kanye West's theory of Wendy being targeted. Apparently, it was Kevin's main task to slowly drive his wife to an early grave, but he failed when she broke free from his spell and got divorced. And as crazy as it may sound, Kanye is confident that the industry elites constantly try to get rid of rich and influential people. If you didn't know, Kanye himself was in this position where he was targeted and later labeled as crazy. So now he speaks up and warns his fellow celebrities about the possible attacks against them. I don't know if Wendy believes these rumors, but I guess she should certainly select the people she allows to enter her life. One thing I'm pretty sure of is that Kevin Hunter, whether he was acting on his own or following the commands of wealthy elites, was no good for Wendy and only caused her pain and suffering. Well, he was certainly staying with her because of money. But you know, he could always keep a low profile and pretend to be caring and loving. Instead, he was making everything to weaken Wendy, both physically and mentally. People who worked with them on the show repeatedly stated that Kevin was a bad influence and frequently behaved irrationally and even menacing. At some point, people started to notice that Wendy wasn't her usual self. As one of the show's producers working on set with her recalls, sometimes Wendy would be in her dressing room, doing whatever she does between shows, and her behavior for the second show would seem erratic. It started happening more and more frequently. Tailing off mid-sentence, not finishing. Her thoughts? Apparently, Kevin was trying to wear her out, and he achieved his goal. In 2017, the talk show host frighteningly collapsed during her live show, which she later explained was due to dehydration and becoming overeated in her Statue of Liberty costume. This was the moment when fans became worried for her life, and I guess this was the moment when she decided to take care of her well-being. Also, it was the same year when rumors about Kevin having a mistress started to circulate. So maybe it was time when she started to suspect something. Well, thank God she fired Kevin a couple of years later, and he's not in her life anymore. Well, at least physically, because we all see how he is trying to harm her even more than before to get more money. And although Wendy moved on, it seems like Kevin wants to come through with his plan and reach his goal of getting rid of his ex-wife. After having her under his influence for many years without complaining, Kevin must have thought that Wendy is an easy prey because she was following his recommendations and dancing to his tune for years. It has been noticeable for everyone, from their friends to fans. As one of the sources reveal, strong, opposing authority figures have always played a prominent role in her life, and it feels as though she has done nothing to deserve such harsh treatment and has probably gained a lot of paranoia from these experiences. But Wendy is smarter than Kevin gave her credit for, and it will take more than one pathetic ex-husband and the whole bunch of Hollywood elites to stop Wendy from coming back. At this point, I'm happy that she slowly recovers and doesn't let anyone toxic enter her life, but apparently, she still has to watch her back, and Kanye is right. She has a long battle for her life ahead of her. But Wendy is somebody who has proven to be quite strong herself, and it looks like this strength will power her through the difficulties related to money, career, and even her battles with her ex-husband. Fans are happy for any progress their favorite queen of gossip makes. As one person wrote on his Twitter, "Looks like Wendy Williams is going through some things. Hope she gets the help she so desperately needs. Sad." And another added, "Wendy Williams is a trailblazer and a legend. I swear to God I need her to make a comeback. She cannot go out like this. Whatever demons that lady is fighting, I hope she beats them. Cause no, this is not how her story is supposed to end, man. Well, Wendy may have been under the dangerous influence of her husband, but she broke free from her addictions and earned the chance to own her narrative. I do hope that Kanye's predictions won't come true, and we'll get to hear Wendy's exceptional tea again very soon. And what do you reckon? Is Kanye West trying to warn Wendy so she can watch her back? Or is he imagining things? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I am eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other video about Wendy Williams and her battles with her ex-husband. They shed more light on this drama. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. I promise to be back very soon with a new portion of gossip about your favorite celebrities,